Okay, I'm ready to start.
Alright, just make them ready, that's all quick.
Okay.
Okay, so we're streaming. Okay, so we're doing a pocket POV park. What's your name in game? Let's see.
It's Vibe Park Orbital.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, boy.
So you ready to press play? In
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. Let's see where you are.
Play ball. Let's get him.
I'm a little rusty on with the gunboat pocketing, but I think we should be fine. So your main idea here, especially at mid, is getting that height control and being like that distraction. You know, got some good height control. You guys kind of have them corralled, which is really good. I don't know if that was accidental or was that on purpose that you flew into your med.
I think it's an accident.
Okay, but that was really good.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
1 second for the volume. Okay, put the volume a little bit lower. But that was really good because the whole idea with being with the gunboats is being at least one rocket jump away from your med. So it was really good protection wise. I don't know why your scouts aren't cleaning up. It's not really your job, but with the gunboats it helps out better. So you can make moves like that. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that direct though. That was a good job overall, which is like distracting at last and whatnot. You served your purpose. You're not getting too many heals, but that's kind of like the purpose of running gunboats, not to be so heal dependent, so your scouts can get more heals. So if you can find the logs and send them to me so I can check them out and kind of see how the heal percentages look like.
Okay.
So far I see really good play, but it seems like a roll so far. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can't get stuck down there. The beauty of having gunboats is you can just jump out and it's okay to be a little bitch. That's the way I call it. You're not being a bitch, but yeah, just get the hell out of Dodge, you know what I mean? Like, don't be, it's not worth you dying. Like, get the hell out of there with your gunboats. Once you get the low ground, man, you gotta get that high ground again. So let's see what's going on last. You know how to build with gunboats?
Yeah.
How?
We just do the escape plan build.
No. Okay, I'll tell you after.
You mean like the one where you jump on the wall?
You crater yourself? Okay.
Yeah, that.
In this
I just
situation,
go like under 200 and pull the escape plan out though.
yeah. In this situation, did you guys just forget about that guy at the last? That's good. You got kind of meta corny. That's kind of like the roamer and scout's job, but that's okay that you did that. It's I guess last was kind of being taken care of. Let's see. Nice rockets. What you do is you crater yourself. Like, you jump up the wall, and as you're coming down, you just shoot above you, and you crater yourself, and you'll lose more damage so you can build with the gunboats, so you don't waste so many rockets. I could show you in a server after this.
Didn't Noid put that on TFTV a while ago?
Exactly, yeah. So that's a good tool. Ripping around, that's great. Being flexible, being able to help both your main and your flank. Nice. Let's see if you, nope, you don't die. And you pretty much took the Uber solo, which is okay, nothing wrong with that.
I was saying if we had a scout here, we would have got like a 4K with it.
Definitely.
Could fit all up with like 40 health.
Yeah. I don't know if this is your fault or your pocket's fault. Or no, not your pocket, sorry. Your fault or your medic's fault. You're the pocket. But you should have definitely, definitely been aware of their advantage and had your medic play far back, and you could have played on one of these, on mid, so you can have the high ground, so that you just spam them in, and once they, once they come in, you can just spam the hell out of whatever choke point they're coming through, and then force them to pop, and then get the hell out of dodge. Make sure your mid's safe. What level of play is this?
Like low mid open.
Okay. Any other team that you would have played against, if you hid there, you'd have just got raped. So I was actually surprised that that worked. But that was a good play nonetheless. That was really clever. But then again, sometimes these obvious spots aren't so obvious because people know it's obvious, so they don't do it. Just poor positioning from your med there. At this point, it's probably not even... Well, I guess it is. You guys are getting the frags. Your scouts are doing some nice cleanup. And then Demo's gonna be coming up with your med, so you don't really have to baby him, walk him to mid or whatever. So let's see what you guys do here. Who usually keeps track of your Uber advantages?
Our med.
Is your med pretty good at it?
The control point is being captured.
Yeah, usually.
Okay.
We have secured the control point.
That was just unlucky. They just aggressed. You guys just didn't have any presence. Like, your positioning was all clumped up
The control point is being
and
contested.
playing way too close to the choke point. Like, you guys either have to commit or not commit. You can't just do the half-assed thing, otherwise that's exactly what will happen to you. You should have had a scout on this blue crate and possibly a scout or a soldier on the red one, just kind of the high ground, you know, so you can work your way in, so if you had to get out, you could get out instead of getting clumped up and dying together like you guys did. This position's really good spammy area. And if your meds keep being added, you guys know you have even Ubers, so what I would do, just 'cause I'm super aggro, I would peek into choke, or to that choke point, and I would spam the hell out of them and see if I can get one of them really low to force their med. And plus, if there's 2 or 3 there together, again, it's, well, here, you gotta pick, so you guys, like, kinda, that's like you gotta push now. And your whole key to this Uber would be trying to make them flash as many times as they can so they get a worse Uber. So you guys waited too long, so now you guys are back in a stalemate. You guys had took that opportunity. Here's another possible opportunity if you get this pick. Alright, no excuses, now you gotta push. These guys are really stupid for pushing. Did your med get forced? Did your med pop because they pop?
I think he just used.
Okay, there, I would have just told my med, it's okay as a pocket, but kind of bully your med. Not really bully, but just like, hey med, get out. Because seeing that they had like 3 up, and they popped on 2 people, your med could have had full freaking Uber advantage. And it looks like you're gonna retake mid anyways, so. You could have had full Uber advantage, took mid for free, and possibly took second with the Uber.
Point is being captured.
That's kind of like a micromanaging thing for the med. And don't be afraid to call out those little things.
We have captured the control point.
This is one of those maps that are perfect for gunboats. Like, I'm old school, I like the shotgun pocket for certain maps that are like closer and whatnot, but these are perfect maps for gunboats, so I like that decision. And what you could do here is sometimes to make some space is, oh, you guys are committing? Heck yeah, you guys got blood.
The control point is being captured.
Let's see what's going on. Alright, you guys kind of have to make a priority out of getting their med, but at the same time you need priority of protecting your med. Let's see how this ends up. Oh, you're the only one up. Okay. Oop, nice try. Nice try. But as I was saying, whenever you're in alley, it's okay to like jump and go through the choke point, you know, just to like distract them or act like you're jumping and whatnot. That's the beauty of running gunboat, so you can create that space and
Like
kind of
in
give
the
them that
lobby?
scare. Yeah. Or even like if you have support lower, you could just jump and have a nice strafe to lower. It's kind of ballsy, but just depending on their position. But I don't know. Sometimes they reward greatly, but that's just like a ballsy thing since you guys are kind of it's just 1-0, I guess. Not a comfortable lead. Good positioning again. Again, I would just be peeking a little bit just to see what's going on, then get the hell out. Because remember, they have full ad. Yeah, your positioning's really good here now. Okay. Oh, okay. They got a pick. They dropped somebody. I don't know why you stayed in. That's one of the situations you should have just gotten out, backed up, and then got ready to repush. Like, there's no point in trying to be a hero here. Just play the ads. Now your med might die. Nope, your med barely got Uber. Your med should have probably died. Your med's gonna die anyways. So instead, you could have just told your med, hey, let's back up. Then you could have got your med out. You guys would have had full ad, walked into them, and just destroyed them all. So, as far as protecting your med, you're doing a pretty good job. And you got like a scout nearby that's cleaning up really well, so that's great. And I know it looks sick in the like for like frag videos and stuff, but unless you're like at least 80 or even 90% sure that you're gonna hit those shots on the scouts that are jumping and all that, just wait till they hit the ground. Or wait till they're towards a wall or something. Don't try to go for the big shots because that's just a waste of rocket and that's a potential threat to your team. I like this position right here. Ooh, denied. Alright, you're 2 down. Alright, there. You didn't have any heals anyways, so what you could have done is you could have probably jumped to this top left crate, so you could have had that height advantage, and they would have had to like either direct you, or they'd have to like focus either. So that kind of takes their view away from the point, and you kind of have that height advantage. And remember, man, like someone told me a long time ago, because I'm like, I keep losing in Granary mid, you know, I don't know why. He's like, why aren't you counter jumping? And I was like, that's a gay thing to do. He's like, well, be gay, like do what you gotta do to win, you know what I mean? Like, who cares if people are against it, because for whatever reason, like, what are your morals whenever you want to win, you know what I mean? Like, you do what you gotta do to kill the enemy, right? Okay, so that was a good attempt of saving your med. I think you could have saved your med without having to jump to the low ground. You could have just kept spamming, and your scout could have done it, unless you're trying to body block, but your med was already in a bad position as it was, because your med didn't surf anything, so you could only do so much as a pocket if you're not getting much help from your med. Other than that, that wasn't too bad. Just try and always maintain the high ground, and the only time you should be on the ground is if you like accidentally fall, or if you get rocketed to the ground or something. And again, if you feel like you're in if you're feeling threatened, like, jump away. Can't stress that enough. Here you guys have even Ubers. I don't know how your team does it if you like your demo initiating, but as a pocket, I would like to initiate. So I would be playing closer up to the choke point and spamming the shit out of them. And you have 300, man. Like, there's no point of him buffing you 300 if you're just gonna play so passively. Like, use that 300. Like, go down to 200 by peeking and build the old-fashioned way, you know? Like that guy, you could have probably juggled the shit out of him and probably killed him if you were playing a little bit closer to the point, or to the choke, to the lobby, sorry. Here again, like, and if shit gets bad, just jump out. Playing way too passive, you're giving them free spam. They shouldn't be getting that space that easily, especially with Uber being so close. And now that you have Uber, even all the reason to go in there and try to force them.
I just didn't want to spam because I wasn't playing up sitting here with like 150 health.
Yeah, well, that time you weren't, but it's funny, whenever you're gonna spam, your medic doesn't have you at 300, but whenever you're just being useless, your med puts you at 300. So yeah, so don't be afraid to tell your mom, or your mom, sorry, tell your med, freaking tank me. I don't know why your med popped there. Shouldn't have even popped on your demo, that was just silly. A good thing to do is, you see, there you should just waited till he hit the floor, you would have killed him. Or at least did enough damage that that scout that just died could have cleaned him up. Go to TR Walkway and practice your juggling skills. Give a bot like infinite health, and just juggle them as much as you can. And it works especially for Ubers, man, because you can deny an Uber if they're, especially if they're in the corner of the choke. And if you just like juggle them, it's so irritating for them.
How do you give them infinite health?
There's commands that you can give bots infinite health. I'll have to look them up. Or I think it's like auto regen or something like that. But yeah, we can definitely do that. And TR Walkway too, like whenever I used to like pocket hardcore, I would go in there and I would pop him up, air shot him, pop him up, shoot my shotgun, and just stuff like that. Good positioning, smart positioning. Now that guy jumped. The hell with the air shots, man. Play it safe and counter jump his ass and jump to the middle of the point on one of those top things, and then re-jump him. You know, you didn't die luckily, but well now you died, but you didn't die from him, so you should have just jumped away, played the high ground, or re-jumped him, counter jumped him. Do what you got to do to win. Alright. So this,
The control point is being captured. We have lost the control point.
alright, so you know they have a full freaking ad. You guys see. Good idea with the high ground.
Control point is being captured.
The main thing there is just trying to post win as long as you can. You didn't really have too much to work with just because they had such an ad, but that was pretty good. Okay, let's see. Nice jump. Right there, you had enough help. Oh, there we go, perfect. Jumping away. Let's see what your decision is here. All your team is down. What were you gonna do if you got that health pack and if a scout didn't come in?
I don't really know.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know. How old are you?
16.
Have you taken driver's ed?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a thing that's called, for defensive driving, the what if cause. And so what you think to yourself is, what if
never
this
heard of
happened? Oh shit. You must be from the south. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so, what it is, it's what if this happens, what if that happens, what if. So you're thinking to yourself, like, your med dies, you're like, okay, my med's down, what do I do now? What if I can get this pack, blah blah blah, what can I do now? What I would have done, figured like your team's pretty much dead together, so you die together, you respawn together. I don't know how much you know of respawn.
All respawn ways like this, hit a kill
Yeah,
bar.
yeah, perfect. Well, not even kill bind, man, just might as well just go balls deep and like try to go their med or make some type of play, give them some type of disadvantage. But yeah, I'll talk about advantages and disadvantages after, just to see, because I kind of go off a thing called arc theory. I really love it. It's worked for my teams, but my teams are usually pretty, I guess, it could be aggro, they could be passive, but okay, let's see what happens. Did I let you get Uber? Fuck yeah. Oh. Definitely something you weren't expecting, okay? So, I don't blame you. That was definitely something you didn't expect. So it wasn't your fault. But you should always be paranoid I guess a what if cause, right? What if they run a spy? I don't know. As a medic, I always play as if they run a constant spy and sniper 24/7, so I'm always paranoid and I'm always minding my position. That's just something to tell your med. Be careful. So, what kind of advantages do you guys go off of?
Uber and numbers usually.
Okay, so, are you the main caller?
No, that is.
Okay, so I wish your med was here, or you can show him this part of the video if you want. So what I kind of do is I go off, I guess 4 types of advantages, but we'll go over 3. So you got Uber advantages, you got numbers, and then you got damage advantage. Okay, so if their team is totally damaged, why not just put your scouts in and clean it up, right? And the other advantage is positioning. Like, you guys were in shit positioning at 1 mid, and you guys stuck to it. Like, they definitely had an advantage over you guys. And I think it's for more advanced play whenever you guys get more comfortable playing together to recognize the advantages. But numbers, Uber, and damage I think is a good starter. And then I guess instead of damage, positioning. Damage is kind of one of those tough ones where you need like extreme coordination. So do that. Just kind of take that into consideration. And I also, ooh, pocket help. Hell yeah, I got something for you. This
What?
one's kind of with the gunboats. I have, yay, I found it. Okay, so I have this document that Eldritch, no, not Eldritch. I took notes from Eldritch, and then because he was my medic mentor back in the day, and then I took notes from Marxist, and yeah, so this is definitely some cool stuff. Hold on, let me see if I can copy and paste it. Okay. I'm going to put it into my Dropbox, and then I'm going to send it to you. Hopefully it comes to some help with you. Do you have any questions?
Not really. I mean,
Did you find this helpful?
yeah.
Okay, so
I got Kevin his phone to watch a couple on stream yesterday, and he said pretty much the same things most of the time.
Okay, so he told you to be gay? Or he didn't tell you that? So, yeah, height advantage, especially with damn it, let me see if I can find it now. Here we go. Share. Alright, I'm sending it to you right now. So I'll go over the notes with you actually. Hopefully this is cool. Okay. So
What's it a document of though?
it's just a document of notes that I've taken, like some tricks and tips of being a good pocket. Kind of like talking about like having good Uber fights, which a few of your Uber fights weren't so good. What happened there was you were just kind of playing around with the Ubered people, which is okay and everything, whatever. You're just stalling time. But why are you going to shoot Ubered people when you can look for someone that's not Ubered and force them to flash, force them to make their Uber a lot less than the 8 supposed seconds that you get, which I don't think I've ever gotten a full 8 seconds. 7.9 is like the highest one. Do you have the logs?
Yeah, I'll go find them.
Okay, so as you're finding those, I'll just chit chat a little bit. So the good Uber fights. So you got to ask yourself if it's an offensive one, what are the main goals of your Uber? Okay, if it's a solo Uber, it's your time. It's all the pockets Uber. You know, you get to take it yourself, and you get to jump around, separate people, force them to flash, or if you guys have a full ad, or your main goal with that one is to get 2 kills or to force their Uber if they have one. If they have one, it's definitely a solo for sure. It's all you. If it's defensively, everybody needs to leave and let you have your time so you can have the better Uber. Because what your team seemed to do, excuse me, was fight the Uber. It's like, come on, they're invincible. How are you going to kill them? So your team needs to separate and leave you with your medic, and to get the Uber, pop it, and then if they're Uber phase, then your team can recollapse. Do you mainly like do any type of calls, or do you just pretty much let your med dictate everything?
I mean, not everything. I call like the usual stuff.
Okay. So your damage was great. Your kills was low, which is alright. So as a pocket, kills are great and everything, but I kind of expect more assist from a pocket, which Procreative freaking destroyed his pocket. So it's definitely, whenever you look at your stats, kind of have like an assist and kill goal, you know? Like damage is great and everything, but if your damage is up, I expect to see both of your scouts on the top of the scoreboard too. Especially BFF Forever. No, that's not on your team. Shadow is a puppy. He should have been on top because he should have been helping clean up your damage. Because there's no reason why your damage is that high and the amount of kills your scouts have are so low. They should definitely be doing cleaning your damage. How often do you call damage?
Whenever I do any significant damage,
Okay.
or damage worth calling, I think.
Okay, cool. So just keep calling your damage and make sure as a it's a roamer pocket, right? You kind of have like not a scout like with you at all times, but especially whenever you're at choke points and stuff. Make sure a scout's kind of nearby so they can clean up, because that's easy cleanup damage. Because with let's look at Procreative. He had way more damage and he almost 400, but he got a lot of kills and assists. But that's just because he's a badass and probably landed every rocket. Most of the time you guys were on your tiptoes or your back heels. You guys were playing defensively the whole time, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's still a lot of damage, but you're also taking a lot of damage. And the heals, their pocket took 32%. You only took like 28. Your demo took 27. I would like to see your scouts getting healed a lot more, especially at mid, because scouts can do so much work now. Scouts are like so OP, especially with heals. They can just deny jumpers. Actually, you don't even need a pocket at mid if you're doing your game right. Your scout should be able to just clean up whatever comes and jumps at your med, and you could just kind of stick at the high ground and be a nuisance and do the spam situation with their team. And if you see an opening at the med or the demo or whatever class you feel is carrying, call that out, and you can orchestrate something with your roamer, and you can jump in and take care of business. So yeah, so the main things that I noticed was, I'll be redundant, I guess, is your positioning as far as like height advantage. Always have the height advantage. Number 2 is be gay. If they jump you, counter jump his ass. You know, it's a matter of who's gonna die and who's gonna survive, right? So like, who cares about people like, oh, it's so gay to counter jump? It's like, hey, if it gets you the kill and gets you the win of mid, that's what you gotta do. You know, like same thing with running sniper. Who are like, oh, what is sniper? Such a bad class because whatever. But if it gets shit done, it gets shit done. And the whole goal of this game is to win control points, right? So do whatever it is necessary legally, right, to win the game. So don't go out and buy any hacks or anything. That's essentially all from me. I can upload this to YouTube if you want, and then I can send it to you if your team wants to check it out, but it's mostly about you. And you can just show the little segment that I ranted about your medic. Your medic, for the most part, just because you're pocketing, decently poor positioning. Should have thought to himself, is this a good time to stay in the fight, or should I just get the hell out? So there's a point in time that your med just has to say, hey, screw you guys, I gotta leave because I'm at risk of dying. So your med's super important because your med's the holder of one of the huge advantages, which is the Uber. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that.
Yo.
Hey, Derwin. Was there anything in the demo review that you noticed as the pocket that you might want to give him some pointers?
Nah, I was like in and out. I wasn't really focused on it.
Okay.
But I did like your what if driving ed example.
Thanks.
Because like I used to say that once I said that to somebody and he was like, no, that's stupid. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You're just being protected. You're being defensive. It's not like, I think what he thought was is like a lack of confidence to say what if, but it's more of just like analyzing, being critical of your situation.
Exactly.
You know, what if the guy in the lane next to me suddenly like decides to change lanes?
Right. So I think you could apply that principle, right, to
it's like it's like anticipation.
All right. So if you don't have any more questions or comments, Park, I will conclude this.
I don't really.
All right. Well, if you have any more questions, comments, or if you want to play or MGE, or if you want to do some shit like that, some cool pocket exercises like how I warm up. I usually do 2 jump naps. I usually run, jump beef, and then I do jump. Shit, I already forgot the name of it. And I speed run them, and then I usually spend like 30 minutes, 40 minutes in what's it called? TR Walkway, and I just shoot some bots, air shots, and just do the shotgun situation, just kind of warm it up. So hopefully that'll help.
I'm far too lazy for
Sure.
that shit, so I play Scout.
No shit. All right. Well, thanks for the viewers of the stream, and I will be on later.